Canadian. There's Bo Bichette leading things off tonight and playing short for the Blue Jays, as George Springer will be the designated hitter. They're set to go against the Philadelphia Phillies. Rookie Mick Abel goes for Philadelphia. Good news is this is just his second major league start. The bad news is he beat Paul Skeens in his first, and he'll go opposite Jose Barrios, who went 6 innings, didn't give up a run against the Athletics on Thursday. This is a perfect time for the big board presented by Bet365, because here is Blake Murphy to explain. This kid is 6'5", Mr. Abel. Can you give us an idea of what to expect?
6'5" with that big extension down the mound too. So this stuff is going to get on you in a hurry. Now, he's an interesting case. Everyone from that 2020 draft seems to have had a weird path to the majors, but Abel was a first-round pick out of high school as a righty. Those guys are really high risk. It's not entirely surprising that he had a bit of an up and down career through the minors. He fell off a prospect list and has burst back onto them this year, and it's mostly because of that 96, 97 mile an hour fastball that does get on guys quickly because of the size and the extension down the mound. But he's also got a good slider, a good sinker, a good curveball, and against lefties, this new style of kick changeup that you'll hear about some pitchers using. He got the call up earlier in May for a spot start against the Pirates, and the Pirates aren't the best offense in the league, but you'll see here he got 9 strikeouts in 6 innings, 18 swing and miss, and most of those were in the zone. And you see the look on Andrew McCutcheon's face here. That is some quality stuff. And it's always an interesting test when a guy goes back down to the minors after a good major league debut. He had 2 pretty solid outings. The walk rate came back up on him a little bit, but he had a really good outing against a Bison's lineup that had David Schneider and Alan Roden in it.
Yes, indeed. Now, tell me if my eyes have been deceiving me, but have I seen a couple of pull-side home runs from Bo Bichette recently?
You have, and you've seen them against elite velocity. Now, about a month ago, I came on here with you and said this was when Bo Bichette was in the middle of a 63-game homerless streak. I said that some of the underlying numbers said better days might be ahead for Bo Bichette, and that has definitely been true. But there's also been a change in Bo Bichette's approach and his ability to handle inside velocity. Before May 2nd, you saw he was hitting inside fastballs pretty well for average still, but because of that all-fields approach, the 2-strike approach, he wasn't doing a ton of damage. Since then, the slug is up against inside fastballs. You see there 2 home runs against inside fastballs. 5 of his 7 home runs in the last month in general have been on inside pitches, and it's really interesting to chart Bo Bichette's success over his career when he's doing well against fastballs like he is right now over the last month or two. That tends to correlate really, really strongly with his overall success. Not a huge surprise there. The other underlying thing here with Bo Bichette lately is this is the most patient month of his career. And Bo Bichette's always going to be aggressive. He has to be. If you're going to jump out and get early on those fastballs to be able to pull them, to be able to get in the air, you've got to be aggressive. But the selective aggression has been really impressive and leading to a lot of results, especially, like you said, on the pull side.
Impressive information. Thank you very much. Blake Murphy has the big board presented by Bet365. Whatever the moment, it's never ordinary at Bet365. This is, as we discovered, an awfully good Phillies lineup, skippered by the pride of Corunna, Ontario, Rob Thompson, who took over this job 3 years ago yesterday. And this team, the Phillies, have won 14 of their last 16 games away from Citizens Bank Park. Tonight, Game 1 of the Stanley Cup gets underway in Edmonton. Love the jacket, as Hockey Central is on about a half an hour from now. That's 5:30 Mountain Time. Puck drops at Rogers Place at just after 6 Mountain. What a celebration it'll be around there, along White Avenue, throughout the city, if the Oilers can take Game 1, something they were unable to do at this time a year ago. There is Nathan Lucas handling right field tonight against Big Mick Abel. Let's see how the Blue Jays fare in Game 2. We appreciate your viewership of Blue Jays Central. Enjoy the ballgame.
Men's clothing provided by Jack Victor.
Strap yourselves in for the best ride in sports. This is what the Stanley Cup playoffs are all about.